Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome to my channel. A little bit different vantage point today. I have no makeup on. Normally I don't film like this, but I wanted to get this video filmed right now while my first impressions were still fresh. So welcome to this edition of Run Day Monday, Jen's new running watch edition. So I have been researching getting a new running watch for weeks, if not months. Really years, if I'm going to be honest. I have been waiting to figure out what kind I wanted. Did I want an Apple product? Did I want a Garmin product? I went to Twitter, which is a place where I like to get advice a lot of times, especially when it comes to running. So if you're on Twitter and you're not following me, you should be. And someone, my friend Stephanie, who I've mentioned here before, she's a running coach, mentioned Polar watches. And after looking at all of the different specs, my big thing was I really didn't want a smartwatch. I just wanted it to help me with running. And if it could monitor my heart rate throughout the day, then that was fine too. But heart rate while I was running, pace while I was running, distance while I was running, those were the most important things to me. I don't want phone notifications. I don't want text message notifications. I don't need music. I really just needed a heart rate running watch. So the Polar watch came in at about, I believe, $195. I'll put a link down in the show notes to this actual watch on my Amazon storefront. You guys know how that works. You won't pay any more money, but I do get a very small commission from Amazon because I have a storefront as a creator. So that's a great way for you to support the channel. But you could actually click on the link. You know, I want you to do a lot of research because this is a big purchase. I could have spent as much as $700 or more on a running watch. I did want to keep the budget somewhat reasonable, but again, I didn't want a ton of bells and whistles. I just wanted it to tell me my heart rate, how fast I had gone, and my distance. So one of the things that was really important to me, as you see I have my cheaters on my head, I had to be able to see the display without my glasses on, and I can easily see this display without my glasses. So that is my first impression, is I'm super happy with how, I don't know if you guys can see that, how big the numbers are on this watch. I had heard a couple reviews that the strap was too big for a lot of women. I had watched a ton of YouTube videos about it. This one actually came in small in the white. I may come to regret getting it in small, and it does not have, I don't believe, you can't change out the bands. So hopefully the white, sorry, I think I said I would regret getting it in small. I don't regret getting it in small. I may regret that I got it in white because in case it shows dirt or whatever, but for right now, I really like it. I like the way it looks. Yes, it's big, but I needed those numbers to be nice and big, which is why I didn't go with a Fitbit, right? Where the numbers would be really tiny. I've had a Fitbit before, and I did not want to go that route. Now, on setup, I can tell you that the setup was super simple. I chose to just plug it directly into my computer. I went through the steps. I downloaded the software. It synced everything up for me. Now this is it's either a Canadian or a European brand. I think they may be out of Canada because I did have to convert like my height and weight to centimeters and kilograms, which is totally fine because there's an online app for that. So I did that, entered in all my information. This will give me everything from how many calories I burn in a day to, of course, my steps. And I had an option to set it to different fitness levels, which I did. I don't know if I'll end up playing with those settings later. But total setup on my computer, I would say, took me less than 5 minutes. It did take about an hour for it to get fully charged. There was a software update I needed to install, and then I needed to sync it up. So from taking it out of the box to, like, I could go on a run right now, under an hour. So not bad at all. And it seems super intuitive. So that's enough of the intro part. Just really quick so that you guys know, all that came with it was the cable. Let me pull this out so you guys can see it. The charging cable that looks just like this, that is a USB charge port, so you can use any USB charger to charge it, and then this just plugs into the watch itself and the actual watch. So tomorrow, I'm gonna take like the dog for a walk today and do a few things like that, but tomorrow will be my first time actually using it to run, and tomorrow's Saturday. So I'm really looking forward to checking back in with you guys after my run and letting you know what I thought. Could I see it? Did I feel like the heart rate was, what's the word I want? Accurate? They did say that when you go for a run, you should tighten the watch slightly so that you get the correct heart rate monitoring, and that the rest of the time you're wearing it, you can loosen it slightly. So that will be interesting to see, kind of if I notice a difference in all of that when it's looser, when I'm just wearing it every day. Does it still give me an accurate heart rate assessment? So before I let you guys go for this part, those of you that are new to running and you're wondering why is she even want to check her heart rate, I have heard about heart rate training for years, and with my autoimmune disease, some days are just a train wreck. And when I say a train wreck, it's not that I can't run, but I am so slow, and sometimes I can get very discouraged. So it was mentioned to me, gosh, a couple years ago, that heart rate training might be a good idea, because actually when I'm running, how my heart is going and recovering and my heart rate in the morning and all of that, there's a whole bunch of science behind that that is a better indicator of if I'm getting more fit than just my speed. And now that I'm, getting to be I am an over 45 runner, I'll be 49 in July, I'm looking for indicators more than just my, my pace that tell me how I am improving as a runner. I've been very discouraged to even try to get better, because as we age, our pace just doesn't improve as much, but boy, our heart rate and our recovery and our resting heart rate and all of that sure as heck can. So I was just ready to mix it up. I'm hoping this will put a little bit of spice in my relationship with running. It will take my running to a new level. My friend Eric on Twitter was like, this is going to be a game changer for you. So Eric, we shall see. So day one of running with my new Polar watch is tomorrow. I'm excited. Okay. Okay, so I am heading out for my first run with my new Polar M430 watch. It is 8:12 in the morning. I'm gonna just press start and I will let you know how it goes. I know I'm being kind of silly. Obviously, I'm the same kind of runner I was yesterday, but I have a new watch. So the dogs are barking. They're like, why are you in the yard? Sorry. Okay, so I am back from my very first run with my new watch, and oh my gosh, I loved it. Now, a couple of issues. I still have it set to kilometers, and obviously, I always forget when I'm on my phone to look at you guys right there. I still have it set to kilometers, and obviously I need to fix that because, to be honest, maybe I won't fix it. I should probably fix it because it doesn't, the pace it was showing me obviously is not what I'm used to seeing for pace. But my whole point of training right now is supposed to be, hey Maxie, to be doing, to be going by my heart rate. So what I loved is how big the display is, because I could really easily look down and see exactly what my heart rate was doing. And, sure enough, I would kind of run by feel. And when I started to feel like, okay, I feel like I'm working really hard, I'd look down and my heart rate was like at 175, which I'm trying to keep it between 150 and 160 for like the bulk of my running. So that's when I would take just a really quick walk break. And because I did that, I felt like I'm just recovering a lot faster, and I was able to run longer. The shadows are weird. They run longer comfortably, which is kind of why I'm doing all this, right? Hush, Walter. No idea. So anyway, once I get the miles thing figured out, I did run just a 5K this morning, but felt really good about it. So yeah, full review coming. Okay, I'm back. So I have now been on 2 walks and 1 run with the watch. I'm not wearing it to sleep. I was this way back when I had a Fitbit. I don't like sleeping with a big old watch on my arm. It just wigs me out. So I'm not having it record my sleep, although it would. I did do my first run and used the heart rate training. And I have to tell you guys, I loved doing the heart rate training. Now, the funny part was that it's set to kilometers, and I actually may not fix it, but I had it set to where the biggest thing that I saw was my heart rate, not my pace. But every time I would click over to what I thought was another mile, it would display my pace. And at one point it said 7, and I was like, am I running 7-minute miles? No, no, dear, no. That's gonna be 7-minute kilometers, but that's okay, because I ended up doing a 5K in a little less than 35 minutes. I'm totally okay with that. The heart rate monitor piece of it, I still have to do some more research on that. It was interesting because it was the first really warm run of the summer, and that will definitely mess with your heart rate. So it was really helpful for me to be able to kind of gauge my effort based on heart rate instead of pace, because with the heat and humidity in Atlanta, you're gonna slow down. So I tried to keep it between 150 and 160. When I started to feel like I was a little exhausted, sure enough, I would look down and I'd be more like 170, so I would take a walk break. And I found I had a lot more energy at the end of my run. So I think that maybe I've been pushing myself a little too hard, and I haven't been able to run as long and have as much endurance for the entire distance as I want to. So again, I have a lot more research to do on that. I'm a novice heart rate training person, and I got kind of in the weeds on some YouTube videos that were clearly geared more towards professional runners. So if you guys know of a great YouTuber that talks about heart rate training, particularly for middle-aged runners, please let me know. If I can't find one, you know, I'll just have to research it and make one, because that is how we roll here at Jen Lefforge. But the overall, I can already tell I need to set it to, it had options when you set it up for your activity level. And I started with a 1. I'm clearly not a 1 because I'm meeting all of my goals, the 10,000 steps and everything, by like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm gonna need to fix that. Well, yesterday I met my goal on my run. So I'm gonna move that up to a 2 or perhaps even a 3, because I'm actually really active. But as I said, I'm in the intro, I'm less interested even in the whole day than I am in just my running. Although I do love that this measures activity and not just steps, because the step thing on the Fitbit used to always get on my nerves at the end of the day. And I feel like this is, so like if I would do yoga, that's not gonna show up as steps. And I do yoga almost every day, but it will show up as activity, which my activity goal is what I am more interested in. So my overall impression, this was exactly what I wanted. I wanted a watch that was primarily for running, but also that I could wear all the time. It is waterproof. My husband is a swimmer, and he was asking me about it for swimming laps. It will register swimming as an activity, but it will not register your heart rate when you're in the pool. And there isn't an option for swimming as a registered activity. It will just show as like general activity, if that makes sense. So for swimmers, there are probably other watches that are gonna be a better fit for triathletes. But if running is your primary thing, if you don't want all the iPhone bells and whistles, which was my thing, if you don't want to spend $400, $500, $600, for $195, this is proving to be exactly what I wanted it to do. The heart rate monitor, I think, is pretty accurate. I am checking my heart rate every morning when I wake up. And then, of course, while I'm running, it did say in the directions to tighten the strap. I may have said that in the intro, when you run, so that you get a better heart rate. But I'll show you guys, because I don't think I showed you this in the intro video. This is what the heart rate monitor looks like. So that, it says in the instructions to make sure that that is not pressed up against your bone. You want to make sure, because you won't get a good reading that way. But there's also a fitness test on there that I thought was really interesting, where it just checks your heart rate and it tells you kind of how fit your heart is, which I thought was great. Mine was very good. And then I was like, I wonder if there's an excellent. I need to go for excellent, because you know how I am. But yeah, I'm thrilled with it. I'm thrilled with the way it looks. I'm thrilled with the way it's performing. I'll check in with you guys once I've been running with it, you know, through the summer, and give you more of an update. But yeah, that is my full review of the Polar running watch. Again, I will put the link below. It is an affiliate link, so if you're gonna buy it, I would love it if you would use that link, but don't feel any pressure to do so. And this may not be the watch for you, because you may want more bells and whistles, but for exactly what I needed at this stage in my running, I think this is really gonna be a game changer. So I hope you like this quick review. Next week on Run Day Monday, I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks for summer running. Some of you are already there if you live in Atlanta. Welcome to summer. Some of you are not quite there yet, but you will be soon, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So if you have particular questions about running in the summertime, would you please put those in the comments below, because there's definitely different rules when the heat and humidity is quite a bit higher. So that's all I got. I hope you're doing great. I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy running, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.